Hi guys, Josh here, welcome to Frames Per Second. Today we're with...
Kylie Ann. I am modeling for you today.
And we're shooting a few different rolls of film. I might split it up to some different videos, but we'll see in the future. And later on we're doing something a bit different as well, so enjoy. So I didn't really know what to title this video because it is just me kind of shooting with Kodak Gold, which I do a lot. But then I remembered that for this shoot, I pretty much just used the 28mm lens that I had. So we're going to talk about that. And here you can see what happens when you try to squeeze an extra shot into the roll. And yeah, fortunately that's the face, which probably ruined what was potentially a good shot. But anyway, as you can see here, the colors are great. That's why I use Kodak Gold, and the grain's pretty fine, which means you can push it a bit in the edit. I just thought this basketball court really matched her outfit. You got the blues, the reds, and yeah, I think it's a vibe. Though this shot, I wish I didn't put like the hoop pole like right behind her, because it is a bit distracting. And yeah, that's something that I think all photographers need to try to look out for, because I know I definitely make that mistake a lot, and so do a lot of other people. And it can be quite distracting and look kind of weird when you have like a lamppost or a basketball hoop coming out from behind them. And so yeah, like this placement's a bit better, though maybe even having the net behind her head is a bit strange too. Quite a few of these shots I'm not particularly happy with like this, but I don't know what I was thinking when I took this photo. I definitely could have come up with more interesting stuff, but apparently not. So yeah, I am a bit critical of myself, but this was also back in 2020. So yeah, I've definitely grown past a lot of this, so there's still some shots that I really like. But yeah, I just thought you guys needed a break from the expand content, and I still hadn't shown this roll off from the shoot, so here we go. And it kind of crosses over into the horse shoot that you would have seen from previous videos as well. But yeah, one of the things that is great about the 28mm is you can get all this detail in the image. Like, you got the basketball hoop, you got the model, you got everything kind of going on. And obviously with the 50mm, you're not really getting that. Not to mention that the depth of field would probably be more shallow as well with the longer lens. And so I do think the 28mm is a pretty good lens to use if you want to really show off an environment. It's not quite fisheye, but it just does have some distortion when you get up close, but you can fit a lot in the frame. And it is very handy for stuff like that, for architecture. I know it's used a lot for street. And yeah, one of the reasons why I was using it was because I did want to get the environment to be a part of the shoot. And at the time, I didn't have a 35mm lens for this camera. I do now, which I pretty much use every time I use this camera, though occasionally I'll put on a 50mm just to get a few more stops of light, because it is only 2.8, and this 28mm was also 2.8 as well. This is a random old fire department building. Here my exposure is just a bit off, but that's me not paying attention to the light meter. And I think you'll see here a little bit brighter, a bit better. And I don't know, there was something about the kind of creamy yellow walls and just the blue trimming and doors and stuff that I just thought was kind of interesting. And I thought it would make for a good contrast between the red on her lips, her handbag, and the Coca-Cola on the shirt. And yeah, I think it works. There's definitely some nice shots coming up that I like, but we're not up to them quite yet. But this shot here is another good example of the 28mm and how much you can fit in the frame with it, particularly from certain distances. And this shot I do like quite a bit. Obviously I'm backlighting her a bit more as well, which kind of adds to it. Adds a bit more depth to the image and separation from the background, while still having the background be a part of it as well. And the pole isn't directly behind her. Like, here's another example of the pole being like right through the middle behind her, which is a bit distracting. The previous shot was a bit better in regards to where that pole placement was. And yeah, we're back at this house that a lovely stranger let us use to take some shots, and it is quite an aesthetic looking house with a lovely garden, and once again, thank you. And yeah, there are times, particularly with this location, that I do kind of wish I was using a longer lens. Like this shot itself is quite nice, but there's a few others, like the previous one, where I'm like, it just felt a bit off. Another issue with shooting wide lenses like this is that your minimum distance for focus, even if it's close, still makes the subject look far away. So I wasn't able to get some really nice close-ups like I could have if I did put a 50mm on. And like I did in the episode where I go through Ektachrome VS, which you can go back and check out. But for shots like this, to get like the fence, the house in the background, it's wonderful for that. But yeah, it's for things like this that the wider focal length, particularly 28mm, really shine, because you are getting a lot of information from the environment and what's going on, while also being able to feel like you're close to the person because you physically are with the camera. And I think that adds something to it that you don't always get when you use telephoto lenses or even just standard focal length like 50mm. But then you do also have some limitations, like it's a slower lens than my 50mm that I have for this camera. Even when you're this close, it's still quite wide and you can't get a nice close-up. Though this shot I do like, but it was also a very contrasty lighting situation, and so these aren't my favorite images, but there's still stuff to like about them. And yeah, shooting with the horses can be tricky just because they are animals and have minds of their own, and yeah, sometimes you just gotta be patient. And here I was kind of just trying to finish this roll, and so he took a random photo with the doggos just because, you know, dogs. And so yeah, coming up with my last shot, so this is the second last shot with this dog, but the next shot I just want to quickly discuss something that I do sometimes just to like enhance the image. Like here you can see that I removed the ribbon from the background, and I do this just because I just want it to be less distracting, and sometimes that's something I will do. I will remove things from the background, or even something as simple as bubblegum on the cement. I find it distracting, and it's also kind of like, it just looks disgusting, so I will remove stuff from the background if I feel like it's drawing your eye away from the main subject sometimes, because it's the little things, it's the little details that really make an image or can distract from it as well. And I thought it was worth mentioning and maybe even having a discussion about, but let me know what you think in the comments below. Hi guys, thanks for watching. Let's thank Kylie for being a lovely model and Maverick for being a lovely horse.
Model.
And thanks for watching guys. Feel free to like and subscribe, turn those post notifications so you know when there's a new episode. Anyway, I'm Josh, this is Kylie, and Maverick. Just get out there, shoot some film. You can be free now.